All right, I want to talk to you about a good friend of mine, apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is so useful for so many reasons. Before I get into that, I'm just going to show you how I drink it. I drink everything out of mason jars. I store everything in mason jars. That's for another time. But this is just some room temperature water and lemon, and then I just kind of eyeball apple cider vinegar. It's got to be on your taste preference and like what you can tolerate. I like sour, and I've been drinking it for years, so I tend to probably lean on the heavy side of it. And you can sip it throughout the day and so forth. As you can see, I added some lemon for additional benefits like cleansing and alkalizing my body. But with the apple cider vinegar, studies show it will help prevent a glycemic spike. So we really want to avoid the metabolic roller coaster of spiking and then dropping blood glucose. It's one of the reasons why I talk to you about balancing your macronutrients, because if you just like drink juices or smoothies, understand, and they're mostly fruit, you're spiking your glycemic load and you are not predisposing yourself for healthy metabolic function, or really what you're doing is you're setting yourself up for hormonal dysregulation. So be really mindful of that. I know that this cleanse calls for fresh pressed juices and so forth. It's another reason why this is a temporary journey, because you really don't want that over the long term. And I drink juice every day, so I'm not saying avoid that. Because the phytochemicals and the nutrients, it's like taking a really dense medication almost. And so it really serves a lot of purposes, but it should not be part of your long throw because of the metabolic dysfunction that you're predisposing yourself for. So with apple cider vinegar, a couple things. One, I like to sip it throughout the day because I think it tastes good, and I really like it as an alternative to water. Number two, it helps with mineral balance, okay? And I'll talk in more detail about mineral balance another time, but the other thing that it does is it increases HCl. So what I tell people to do is to drink apple cider vinegar in water like 15 or 20 minutes before you eat a meal. And the reason being is it will stimulate an increase in hydrochloric acid, which is your stomach acid. And so a lot of times I work with people with GERD or acid reflux, and often that's an indicator that they have low HCl. So that when food enters their stomach, they're stimulated and then it overproduces for a short period of time, which is why you'll get acid reflux or so forth. But what you want is a consistent level of HCl, because HCl is a really important part of chemical digestion. It breaks your food down, and so that when it moves into the next phase of digestion, it's in proper form. Because if it's not in proper form, by the time it gets to your colon, it's going to be encouraging inflammation. And we're trying to reduce inflammation all the time because inflammation is the primary driver of chronic disease. So with that, you want to drink it before meals, but then don't drink water during meals, because then you're diluting that hydrochloric acid. So you don't want to do that. The other really important benefit of HCl is it disinfects your food, so to speak. So because it's acidic, certain microbes can't live through that, and it kills pathogens that may exist in your food. So it also is really important for setting up a healthy internal terrain. So reduces your potential for blood sugar spikes, which is huge. We always want to be paying attention to metabolic function. When you look at illnesses in our country are primarily driven by metabolic dysfunction. So you always want to be supporting that. And that includes everything from diabetes, obesity, to Parkinson's, dementia, and so forth. So it improves metabolic function, or has the potential to, and it stimulates a potential increase in hydrochloric acid for proper digestion, absorption, and killing pathogenic microbes. So it's a little hack, a little trick to support your overall health. So hope that helps.